is there anything about her personality that surprised you, like in regards to how you handle conflict or connected?
How we handle conflict,
or connected, or both, like things maybe you like or don't like,
okay,
or didn't expect.
Okay, I'll do my surprise first, and I'll do conflict in a second. So my biggest surprise, as far as her personality, is that she is okay. I don't want to sound bad. We don't
want to get you in trouble.
No, I don't want to get in trouble. We're not messy people, but she likes to clean as much as I like to clean, and so clutter like this on my desk is at my desk at home and her desk at home, and so we have clutter like this in our house. And I always had in my head the idea that my wife would be clean and neat and be behind me to be like, oh, don't do this, oh, clean this up or whatever. And it's not like that at all.
Okay. What do you find is the hardest part about marriage, and what's the easiest?
I did not think that my wife and I, being from different faith traditions, would be that difficult, but it is. I'm a Calvinist. My wife was raised Anglican. There aren't many churches that are of the faith persuasion that I've found, and she's disappointed with some of the changes in hers. But just the backgrounds to our churches, the services are organized, as well as the denominational doctrines. It's not an easy fit, and that affects everything. I view my world through the lens of my faith, and she does as well. And so, since it's from different traditions, we often have different perspectives, and that's okay for us. But it's more difficult once you have children. We're trying to figure out which perspective to enforce. That's been a difficult one for us. The reality is, I still would not say that we have a church home. We visit churches often. But trying to find one that's palatable to both of us has been difficult. And I think that while my children are spiritual children, having a more concrete ideal and set of beliefs to hold to, if we were on the exact same page, would probably be easier on them.
Okay, so what is something you wish you would have known before marriage?
What would I have known before marriage? That's a good question. I think it would have been good to know before I was married that it's hard to adapt to someone's schedule. Share responsibilities, sharing duties, cooking, cleaning, taking the dog out, that kind of stuff. It's an interesting thing to shift my focus of what I'm going to do all day to what are they going to do all day, and having to mesh those two ideas.
What advice would you give to young singles looking for a future spouse?
Okay. Well, I personally think it's one of the things in life that you need to be selfish about. Interestingly, I sound like a very Christian principle, but I believe that marriage is forever, and or at least in this world, and so you need to choose someone that you're very compatible with. And I think that people make the mistake often of thinking that, well, this person kind of fits me, or I'm kind of attracted to this person, and it's time for me to get married. Everyone else is getting married, and so they think, well, this person will change. Someone thinks that you will change. And you may have every intent to change. But it's difficult for people to change. Patterns get established very, very early, whether it's genetic or environmental or whatever. It's difficult for people to break out of that. So I would say, I wouldn't marry someone that you consider a work in progress. And I wouldn't marry someone that you would think that you'd have to grow into an attraction for them or love for them. And also, while, Christian attitudes want to reach out to others, you're doing someone a disservice if you decide to marry them because you feel sorry for them. So I would say that in marriage, when you're thinking about it, you do have to be selfish. And then you do have to say, is this someone that I can spend the rest of my life with. Because if it's not, and you try to make it fit, then the repercussions are much greater in a negative fashion down the road than to wait, keep looking, or say to that person, you know, I really like you, you're a wonderful person, but I'm not sure that you're the person I'm supposed to spend my entire life with.